Welcome to Orange County Power Players, where we spotlight the personal, professional, and financial success stories of OC's top leaders. Here's your host, Danny Flores.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Danny Flores with OC Power Players, and today we have Doug Frederick zooming in from Laguna Niguel. Doug has a diverse and seasoned career as a founder, sales executive, investor, and advisor to many organizations. Currently, he's an executive advisor to HealthCues, a health and disease prevention company. Recognized by most individuals with the greatest health needs have the least amount of access to disease prevention programs. Doug set out to deliver solutions to employers to help solve this problem. He started HealthCues and amassed a talented team of individuals to create a fully funded insurance indemnity product designed to be affordable, personalized, and effective in engaging employees to take health and disease prevention actions. He is currently also an angel investor and advisor in several other ventures. Doug, thank you so much for coming on with us.
Thank you, Danny. I appreciate it.
Yes, so tell us a little bit, give us a snapshot of your business, what it does, and how you got there.
Well, good question, Danny. To start, we got into this program about 2016, and really it was looking at major medical and the high costs of major medical and how can we help with those costs? How can we get people to be healthier? And we came up with a program where it incentivizes financially the employer and the employee, which is a rarity that they both are getting, really getting an incentive. So with our program, what we're trying to do is get people to be more preventive about their health care. It's not major medical, it's a supplemental program. But we're trying to get people to use biometric screening, DNA screening. If I wanted to eat better, what should I be eating? For me, I took the DNA screening and I didn't even know low fat was still something anymore, but it said you should eat a low fat diet for your body. We try to get people, they look at the age, what shape are you in, what type of physical activity should you try to be getting involved in, because at the end of the day, 7 out of 10 times we go to the doctor, we know why we're going, and we're trying to get people to talk to health coaches, which we use actual board certified doctors for our health coaches, and call in. And really the interesting part about this is if the employee participates, and it's very simple for participation, they actually get a pay increase per month, about $70 a month pay increase. They get preventive healthcare benefits actually for the whole family. So everyone has access to telemed, teletherapy. Believe it or not, Danny, televet is probably the thing people get most excited about. I think the animals have taken over children and spouses sometimes at this point.
Right.
But the interesting thing for the employer is it also gives the employer a tax savings. So really, for once in a program, I feel everyone's rowing the boat in the same direction. So the employer has a financial incentive, the employee has a financial incentive. And if the employee doesn't participate, then we lose our financial incentive. So we're all kind of rowing the boat in the same direction. And, you think about this, I just read an article recently that the early 70s, the average male was 170 pounds, the average female was 140. And today, the average male is 190, and the average female is 170. And
all that food that we eat,
it is. We just
lack of exercise.
Right. Lack of exercise. And if we can just help point some of the population in the right direction, we spend $4 trillion a year on healthcare in the United States, and they claim 72% of that is preventable. So that's what we're out there trying to do, is help people to be more preventable about their health, think about what they're doing, because it really is common sense. Pretty much common sense when you really look at it. So that's our goal, that's our mission, and that's what we set out to do, is get people more knowledgeable in what they could be doing. And it doesn't cost money, it's a better way to live.
So how long have you been doing it, and how difficult is it when you make contact to a business? How receptive are they of you coming in there and And maybe, I don't know, maybe you do a presentation on what you do and educate everybody a little bit and to sign up. How hard is that to be able to close that? I mean, kind of close the deal that way.
It's usually we normally do a Zoom call first and
Mm-hmm.
make sure I think everyone's doing Zoom nowadays. But we normally do a Zoom call, and our niche is franchise staffing, PO, assisted living, hospitality, where as you mentioned at the beginning, we're trying to find the people that have a lack of resources for preventive health care. And
Right.
this works for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But our real goal is people that have the lack of those resources. We're giving them benefits and a pay increase. That's our real niche. And usually we get in front of a business owner and they're either starting payroll, we've done education of the employees within 60 days, or they probably aren't coming on the program. And when I talk about our niche, it's great. We work with a lot of franchises, so it's really easy. We try to kind of stay in our own market, stay in our own lane, and they can call up the other franchise owners, the other staffing PEO owners, and say, Doug says this is a great program. Is it really that great of a program? What have your employees thought? How hard was the implementation and everything? I don't get on the calls. I don't want to be part of the calls so they can talk freely. And we've been really successful.
Wow, no, that's amazing that you're having the success and that you're able to hopefully change lives, the health of people in the direction that they're going. I mean, it's just like some people just don't know, right? Don't know. You don't know what you don't know.
That's that. Look, Danny, that's a real thing. You don't know, and some of it is just real basic common sense. And I know probably most of the people listening to this like don't eat after 7 or 8 at night.
Mhm.
Um, you know, think about when you get up, like literally eating an apple is better than eating a cup of coffee. If you're going to drink coffee, wait 2 hours until you get up because you actually are more tired. And I know coffee isn't necessarily the healthiest thing or what we're trying to
Right.
do, but there's so many things that can make you feel better, function better, be clearer during the day that really is common sense. And like I said, it's not cost you money. I don't have to go buy vitamins. I don't have to do this. And that's what we're really trying to do is keep this to a no cost solution for employees.
Right. And if you suggest that they potentially you cook at home, you prepare meals at home more than eating out and the processed food. I mean, there's simple shifts and it's probably more cost effective to do it at home as well.
Super cost effective. Like I said, you could call in, talk to our health coaches. If I were diabetic, I could call in, I could watch videos on if I am going to go to eat out, these are the foods you should be eating. If I am going to cook at home, these are the better foods for you. You can take your biometric screenings. You can talk to a health coach about everything, take health risk assessments, and just learn what should I be. My mom, I was just back visiting her. She's 81 years old, great lady in great shape, and a little bit forgetful. But and I try to tell her just basic stuff like for her. I go, Mom, she does the crossword puzzles, and
Mhm.
she'll play old saw, canasta, or whatever, play cards. I'm like, Mom, you know that exercise is actually way better than all of these games that you play. And I'm talking just go walk.
Right.
You don't have to go lift weights, just go walk. And even
Right.
for depression, they've come out and said that exercise is the best thing for depression. It's better than any drug you could take, any other simple stuff like that is what I think people need to know, need to understand.
Right.
And we're living longer. And if we're going to live longer, I think we all want to be healthier if we're going to live that
Right.
longer life. And,
Yeah.
it's like, my dad always used to tell me is, think of your body as a car. And if you have to stay in the same car for 70, 80 years, you better start taking care of it. And
Right.
that's what we
Right.
need to do.
I agree with you 100%. Now, how's the competition in your space and what you're doing? Is there a lot of competition? And if there is, what makes you guys stand out above the rest?
But there really the last year, there's been a lot more competition in our program. There's maybe 10 to 12 other companies that offer our type of program. What I feel how we stand out is if we want people to be preventive, we have to be able to engage them. And industry standard on our types of programs about 9 to 10% engagement. We're at 35. So we're almost three times what our competitors are. And really, at the end of the day, we're looking at the programs we offer. Are people using them? Are they engaging people? So we're not constantly, but we're always evaluating that. We're always trying to bring more programs in. We have an app that we try to get everyone to get on. And how do you gamify that? Because everyone loves games. How do you get them interested to pull them back in? A really interesting program we just added is you can do a facial scan, and it's about 30 seconds. It can tell you your blood pressure, it can tell you that day what your age of your skin looks like. It's really interesting. But it's
Wow.
just different things like that. It goes through glucose levels, goes through everything, and it's 97% accurate. And it's things like that. Like I even find myself every other day just going to the app and being like, what's my blood pressure? What's this
Right,
today?
right.
And it's things like that that you can get people to come back into that really interest them. And hopefully they start thinking about this. Talk to a health coach then.
Yeah, no, that, if you can measure it, then you can tweak it and change it, right? And
Yes.
if it can become a habit to look at it, then it changes everything. Because
Right.
now you can see, right? You can see progress, so you can see regression.
Exactly. And all of this stays in the app if we can get them on the app. So
Mhm.
everything stays in there. Any of your doctor visits, any of your health coaching visits, even the readings. So you could literally go back and be like, okay, what was it 3 days ago? You don't have to write it down. You don't have to remember it. Everything's stored in the
Right,
app.
right. Easy. So,
Yeah.
so what comes easy to you guys that others might see as a challenge?
Really how we engage the people, the different ways we do it. Every month we're sending out, do you know? So for us, all the benefits we offer to employees, we pay for them whether they get used or not. So we're really like, well, people should be using them then. We're paying if zero use them or 100% of the people use them. So every month we're sending out, do you have access to whether it's telemedicine for the whole family, no copay, doctor pay. We go back to the employers because our program also offers a hospitalization plan. So if the employee spends a night in the hospital, use the ER ambulance service, they get additional money, doesn't commingle with major medical. And we'll go back to some of these companies. It could be a 500,000 person company. And we'll go to some of the managers like, can you really tell me no one in your company for 4 months has gone to ER, ambulance? They haven't turned anything in.
Mhm.
And we've had several companies come back and like, well, Cindy was in the hospital for 3 weeks. And we're like, she needs to file the claim. She files a claim. She just got $17,000 she wasn't expecting to get. So we're constantly going back to people and say, look what you have access to. So
Yeah.
it's because, when you think about being preventative health wise, it's financial, it's wellness, it's a lot of different things. And finances, I believe, right now and have been a very stressful thing for a lot of people. And if we can alleviate some of that, that's our goal as well.
Yes, yes. And what do we have listeners that the company doesn't offer this and they're interested in this? What can they do to be able to
It's a program. So, if listeners are interested, let us know your company name. We could reach out to them. Like I said, at the end of the day, no startup costs, no out-of-pocket costs. It really is a no-brainer. And
Mhm.
really, for everyone should be doing it.
Right, right. I think it would be good because they're able to talk to their boss or maybe they're a senior person that's listening and wants to bring the thing is you always want to give back to your employees, right? Give back.
Absolutely.
And I think this is something, like you said, it doesn't cost anybody anything. It's like it's free to your benefit and to your benefit individually. Why not try to access it, right?
Exactly. Whether it's us, one of our competitors, it's really everyone should be doing this with. It just, at the end of the day, think about this, Danny. If someone came to you and said, hey, Danny, here's this program, on average, you're going to get an extra $70 a month. If you, bare minimum, if you were to go in the hospital ambulance or ER service, you're going to get extra money. I don't know why anyone would say no, employer or
Right.
employee.
Right. When you had that testimonial of that person that was in the
Right.
hospital and then all of a sudden they got $17,000. I mean, that's great because if you didn't get any benefits from work for being off that long,
Right.
medical, sick days, vacation, you take all that, you use that up in 2 or 3 weeks, that $17,000 sure comes in handy for your family.
Absolutely.
So what would you say would be one of the biggest challenges you've had in your career, you've had to overcome to reach the level where you're at?
Really, for this career, really, it's been this program that I've been doing for 7 years. It's a new product that everyone is like, this is too good to be true. We went out, we got legal opinions. It's insurance product. It's approved by the Department of Insurance, but everyone is like, this is too good to be true. And you just had to put your head down and keep going. And I just realistically, I moved to California in 2019, right after Christmas. Pandemic starts in 2020. We started a company in April of 2020. And just like everyone else, you're wondering what's going to happen. And we just put our head down and just kept going, met with so many companies. And now we have a lot of those companies 5 years later coming back to us saying, hey, I remember you talked to us about this program. So it really was putting our head down and just knowing this is what we believe in. This is a great product. And, we have about 189 companies on the program right now. So believing in what you're doing and continuing with it was when everyone else is telling you you're crazy was probably one of the hardest parts.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is what it is, right? You just got to push through all the no's to get enough yeses, and then all of a sudden the tide starts turning on you and going in the direction.
Yeah.
That all entrepreneurs have to go through that at some point, right? You get through those hurdles, and you can get through and not give up, then the sun shining at the end of the tunnel.
That's right.
Yes, yes. Many owners such as yourselves look for sources of income, maybe for passive investments to try to potentially set themselves up for retirement or additional cash flow. What's your opinion on that, and what do you like to do?
I've done some angel investing in programs, products I really believe in. And I also think it doesn't matter how good you're doing, there's always got to be a side hustle, something else that you may be interested in. Maybe it's something like, this is my dream thing. Put a couple hours in a day, an hour a day to try to fulfill that, get to that point. You do it yourself, or you with some good people to help you out with your money. And I do a little of both. And I think it's super important. We can all rely on Social Security.
Right.
Out here in California, we aren't going to do too well if that's what we're hoping for. But look, I with a couple really good people that helped me out, introduced me to a lot of different programs. I love real estate. I think real estate goes up, goes down, but at the end of the day, you're probably going to come out ahead, almost probably, if not better than the stock market. So I love real estate, like the stock market, like doing angel investing, always looking at different programs, different products, especially someone that really, for these angel investments, you got to find someone that really believes in what they're doing, loves what they're doing, and is willing to do within reason almost anything to make it survive. Those are the people I like to invest with.
Right. Now, as we wrap up the interview, what does 2025 look like for you? What are your goals, plans, anything exciting?
2020, we've doubled our business almost every year, which isn't for really a 5-6 year company to be able to say. But my goal is to double again this year, bring on more salespeople. A lot of people in our business are like worried about leads. Our concern is having the salespeople to service the people we do have. So it's really to grow our business internally and externally. So that's our goal. We'll double this year and hopefully do some acquisitions and partnerships with some.
Oh, that's great. Sounds like exciting plans.
Yeah, it is.
Well, Doug, thanks so much for sharing, for coming on the show. Great insights. It's a super interesting program. I personally never heard of it, but it's to hear and great to expose it to our audience. If somebody wants to get a hold of you, what would be the best way to get a hold of you?
My email is probably the easiest. If you want me to give that to them.
Whatever you want to give out, and then that's the way everybody can get a hold of you.
Yeah, my email is Frederick, Frederick, at healthcues.com, and it's healthcues.com. And you could also reach me just by going on the website, healthcues.com, and that'll go directly to our front desk.
All right. Great. Thanks so much, Doug, for coming on.
Hey, Danny, I really appreciate it. I love the show, and hope to get back here soon.
Yes, yes, yes. So much.
You bet. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Orange County Power Players. Want to share your success story? Apply to be a guest at ocpowerplayers.com/guest.